Absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
once
broke?
again? Come on, fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely.
Oscar de la Hoya shocked boxing fans when he revealed what he says is Floyd Mayweather's biggest hidden truth, that he is broke. Yes, the fighter famous for luxury and endless money is now facing major financial questions. So how did Mayweather go from living like a billionaire to facing cash concerns? The rivalry between these two goes back years, and it plays a huge role. De la Hoya has been making these claims since 2018, and each time he repeats them, more details seem to surface. It all started on October 18, 2018 at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles during Canelo Alvarez signing his $365 million deal with Golden Boy Promotions and DAZN, when a reporter asked about Mayweather, and that simple question changed the whole conversation.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
De la Hoya did not stop there.
Floyd, stay under your rock, dude.
Then he mentioned the one name everyone expected to hear.
We had a rematch clause in our contract. This is something I negotiated as well. We had a rematch clause. If he beats me, I get a rematch. It was a 1-year clause. Guess what he did? He retired for 1 year and 1 day.
De la Hoya made it clear huge earners can still lose everything once the money slows down. He called Mayweather a broke fraud and told him to stay hidden under his rock.
Let's just say you guys do have another fight and a rematch within that year.
Yeah.
And he kept the commitment.
This was back in 2018 when Mayweather had retired after beating Conor McGregor in 2017 exhibition fights, had not fully started legal battles, were not stacking up, and public liens had not surfaced yet. De la Hoya was speaking without hard proof, but sometimes early claims later gain attention. To understand why he felt confident saying this, you have to look back to 2007 when their famous rivalry truly took shape. On May 5, 2007 they fought at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas in the world. A weights which sold around 2.4 million pay-per-view buys and generated about $136 million from PPV alone, with a live gate record of 19 million and total earnings over 130 million. It became boxing's biggest event at that time. De la Hoya earned around 52 million, while Mayweather made about 25 million and won by split decision, preserving his undefeated record. With scorecards of 115 billion, 112 million, 113,112, and 116,111, even though De la Hoya lost in the ring, he still made huge money as promoter and believes he helped build the platform that turned Floyd into a superstar. On the PBD podcast in March 2025, he said he negotiated a 90-10 split in his favor and claimed Mayweather had only been making 2 to 3 million per fight before that event. According to him, that night created money. Mayweather, he also still talks about the rematch clause included in their contract and believes Floyd understood exactly how to avoid it.
Especially when Mayweather's father came straight at me and he goes, "Oscar, you beat my son."
The retirement, De la Hoya says, was all carefully planned.
Over the next year, Mayweather borrowed $54 million from him at roughly a 9% rate to fund other ventures.
The rematch never happened, and from that point their rivalry moved from the ring into interviews, social media, and public criticism. De la Hoya positioned himself as the man denied his rematch, and as someone who could see through Mayweather's money image. His 2018 comments became part of a bigger pattern, especially after Floyd's post-retirement choices, which De la Hoya often criticized. After 2018 he kept watching as Mayweather gave him more reasons to speak. By 2024 Floyd was deeply involved in exhibition fights with no official record impact, including bouts with Logan Paul and influencers. Then in August 2024, he fought John Gotti III in Mexico City, and the event ended in chaos with no official result. De la Hoya reacted on Instagram claiming Mayweather had the referee replaced in round 2 after disagreeing with warnings about illegal punches. He said Floyd was used to controlling officials, then shifted his tone, saying, "Floyd, you are 50 years old, a legend, and should stop embarrassing yourself with exhibitions." He repeated that life is hard and expensive, and that phrase became a major headline for him. This was proof Mayweather was fighting for financial reasons, not legacy. Then in 2026 things heated up again when reports surfaced of a planned rematch with Manny Pacquiao at the Sphere in Las Vegas for September 19, 2026, but disagreement over making it an exhibition caused tension. De la Hoya responded by saying, "Fight a real fight," and accused Floyd of protecting his record, adding that people know he lost, and even claimed Mayweather's father once privately told him De la Hoya had won their 2007 fight.
Last month, a $568 lien was put on his mansion for unpaid trash collection.
Whether that conversation really happened, only those involved can know, but De la Hoya has repeated it many times whenever their rivalry resurfaces. The 2026 Pacquiao situation also let him revisit his long-standing claim that Mayweather often avoids high-risk fights while still taking opportunities that guarantee huge money. In his eyes, the disagreement over format was just another example of the same behavior he has talked about since 2011. Across 2018, 2024, and 2026, his position has stayed the saying he believes Floyd's exhibition choices and contract decisions are driven by money while protecting his undefeated record. De La Hoya has never provided direct financial records, but in December 2025 a separate investigation added more fuel. Business Insider published a report titled Inside Floyd Mayweather's Lavish Debt-Filled Post-Boxing Life based on public records including court filings, tax notices, property documents, FAA records and lawsuits across several states. The report estimated Mayweather's boxing earnings at $1.2 billion and noted that after retiring in 2017 with a 50-0 record, he publicly addressed his finances in a 2021 interview.
A Texas aviation fuel supplier sued Mayweather companies in June over what they said was $137,000 in unpaid bills, which is jet fuel for his jet. FAA records showed that a lien was placed on the aircraft for another $358,000 for maintenance work.
By 2024 and 2025, public filings began showing a more complex picture. Loan records revealed Mayweather had secured about $54 million in financing from specialty lender Don Hankey through businesses connected to Hankey Investment Group at nearly 9% interest. His legal team told Business Insider the funds supported other ventures.
He also faced a string of lawsuits and liens that say he owes money for a Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon. Wait, they make Maybach G-Wagons? What the fuck? Jet fuel, which obviously is for his jet, and garbage collection at his Las Vegas mansion.
What stood out most was the collateral reportedly tied to the loan, including 14 residential properties, his Las Vegas strip club girl collection, and even his private Gulfstream jet. The financing was cross-collateralized, meaning several assets backed the same debt rather than separate smaller loans tied to individual deals.
Floyd is definitely not broke. Floyd is wealthy. You and I are broke compared to Floyd Mayweather.
Definitely. You know where Floyd is rich at right now?
What's that?
His peace of mind.
The risk there is obvious. If even part of the debt defaults, multiple assets could be affected at once. Records also showed 2 commercial foreclosures within the prior 18 months. Public tax filings in Clark County, Nevada, indicated the building connected to girl collection faced possible tax sale over more than $52,000 in unpaid property taxes and penalties. There was also a reported $3 million lien on his main Las Vegas mansion related to unpaid garbage collection services in late 2025.
You're not going to find nothing in Floyd's name directly. You're not going to find, when you're dealing with that type of money and those type of situations, you know this, Vlad, it's set up. It could be a foundation, a trust.
Aviation records added more concerns. In June 2025, a Texas fuel supplier sued companies linked to Mayweather over about $137,000 in unpaid fuel bills. FAA lien filings from July 2025 also showed another lien of around $358,000 on his Gulfstream jet tied to maintenance and service costs.
In 2017, he paid the IRS $22 million in back taxes, records show.
Luxury goods disputes also surfaced. A Las Vegas dealership sued Mayweather over an alleged unpaid balance on a Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon worth around $1.2 million, though Floyd later countersued, claiming defects. Separate lawsuits from jewelers alleged unpaid balances for millions in watches and gold pieces, with one Miami complaint specifically naming Patek Philippe and Richard Mille watches.
In 2023, he settled with the IRS to pay $5.5 million in back taxes and another $1.1 in penalties, according to a settlement filed in U.S. tax court.
Then in early February 2026, a Manhattan real estate lawsuit appeared claiming Mayweather owed over $330,000 in unpaid rent on a luxury duplex apartment, with total claims exceeding $515,000. After fees and interest, the complaint stated payments stopped in July 2025 on a high 6-figure monthly lease. Business Insider did not call him bankrupt, but described mounting pressure from debt, high spending, and reliance on exhibitions to keep money moving. The outlet defended its reporting, saying, "Everything came from public documents." Mayweather's response came through lawsuits. On February 3, 2026, he filed a 25-page complaint in Los Angeles County Superior Court against Showtime Networks and former Showtime Sports president Steven Espinoza, seeking at least $340 million in damages plus punitive claims alleging conspiracy, conversion, and unjust enrichment. While Al Heyman was not named, the filing implied his involvement through claims that fight money had been redirected through third-party accounts disguised as reimbursements, expenses, or loan payoffs covering major fights from Guerrero to McGregor. The suit claimed over $340 million was diverted and argued his financial issues were caused by others taking his earnings, not reckless spending. He also filed a separate $100 million defamation suit against Business Insider and one reporter over the December 2025 report, demanding damages and retractions. While the outlet stood by its findings, people close to him like WAC 100 publicly defended his side.
Dave Hall, Mayweather's accountant in early 2000, said Mayweather spent heavily without selling a side enough to pay his taxes.
The lawsuit's denials and supporters created Mayweather's counterargument, but there is another issue: the IRS, because his tax history has long been public, showing a gap between earnings and payments. In 2017 filings revealed a $22.2 million federal tax lien tied to 2015 income, mostly from the Pacquiao fight. Mayweather asked the U.S. tax court for delay until after his McGregor bout, claiming his money was not yet fully available, and later paid the bill. There was also a separate, unresolved $7.2 million IRS claim from 2010. Then in 2023 another settlement showed he owed about $5.549 million more for 2017 due to a rejected $14 million legal deduction through Mayweather Promotions, plus a $1.11 million penalty. Interview 16. His spending was never hidden. Mayweather built his whole image around money, cash, cars, jets, and luxury watches, calling himself Money Mayweather, and making wealth part of his brand. He once admitted he liked physically handling cash, according to David Levi, who worked with him from 2010 through his final professional fight. People close to him say things changed after retirement as the structure supporting his career slowly disappeared. He split from longtime advisor Al Heyman and Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellerbe, while his uncle and trainer Roger Mayweather passed away in 2020, leaving the financial system that once managed everything no longer fully intact.
Doesn't seem to have the guardrails that were in place. Mark Trados, a Las Vegas attorney who represented Mayweather during his professional fighting career in various business and legal matters, told the Business Insider, when you've got professionals that are doing the right thing for you, you're a little bit better protected. When you're out there on your own, your protection is dropped.
Now the story takes another turn, because while De La Hoya has spent years criticizing Mayweather's finances, his own 2026 situation tells a very similar story. In late January, public real estate filings showed Golden Boy Promotions defaulted on a commercial mortgage originally worth $27 million secured by its headquarters at 626 Wilshire Boulevard in downtown Los Angeles. With about $23 million still owed, the 12-story property had served as Golden Boy's headquarters since the early 2000s, and De La Hoya personally signed as CEO. The loan started in 2015 and matured in July 2025, but payment was missed, sending it into special servicing before formal default. Records valued the property at around $19 million in 2025, down sharply from $40 million during refinancing in 2015, and reports said it was about 40% vacant. De La Hoya's own history is also widely known. In 2007, photos surfaced of him in women's clothing, which he denied before later admitting were real in 2011 while discussing serious substance abuse and infidelity. The situation led to a lawsuit initially seeking $100 million and later settling for an estimated $15 to $20 million. This is the same man calling Floyd broke, while his own company faces major debt pressure after earning roughly $700 million in pay-per-view related revenue. In the end, both sides show a familiar pattern: huge earnings, huge spending, and heavy obligations supported by public records that often clash with public image. De La Hoya has never shown private proof of Floyd's finances, and his claims remain opinion-based, but liens, lawsuits, FAA filings, tax disputes, and foreclosure notices tell their own story. At the same time, Mayweather's $340 million lawsuit argues missing money was taken by others. Two legends, one rivalry, and decades later, two financial paper trails neither fully controls. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, click one of the boxes on screen to watch more similar content.